Yo,
Yo,
welcome back, everybody. This is Three Beats Later on a Monday night.
Monday night.
On a Monday night. Um,
Monday night.
we are two beats later tonight. It's just me and Grim
Two.
kicking it.
Just two.
We wanted to share with the world what's new in our lives, and also wanted to share this cool new platform we're using called Restream, which we are. Let's say we're in the beta testing phase of Restream right now.
Yes, beta. Betaverse.
So right now with Restream, what this allows us to do is just have some cool new things to share while we are talking to everybody. So we can play videos, we have cool backgrounds. Let's change the background. Let's just do this live, y'all. Look at all this cool stuff we can do now.
What? Is my head still stuck down? Am I in the Matrix?
I think you're fine. I can see you moving around.
This picture right here I'm looking at throws me off. Is like frozen with my head down.
Oh no, you are looking good over here. We could zoom in. Let's get a nice close zoom of us.
Nice zoom of us.
I think we could do picture in picture. Whoever's talking, someone else would be on the side. What else can we do? Hey, look at
There it is.
that. There's Grim on the side, but look at that. We are back here. And we can let the people know where to follow us online. Look at this. Grim, we are enterprise.
Nice.
We are enterprise. We are maturing
Yes, we are.
as a live
Visually.
stream. Yes, visually maturing. What else? Oh, look at this. Just a friendly reminder. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, got one of those.
I feel
Also, I
like
want to
we need
go
a
ahead.
horn like bah.
You know, I got the iPad back and it's charged today.
Ah,
Do you realize how sophisticated we are now? Wait for it. Can you hear that, or is it messed up audio wise? Could you hear
I
that?
hear nothing,
All right.
nothing,
What about this? Could you hear that?
nothing,
No. All right. Try this.
nothing.
Man, this
Uh,
won't even let me
what?
play the powers.
Uh, oh,
Nothing.
nothing,
All right.
nothing.
All right. Well, we can at least do this. You ready? Bam.
Bam! Get your hoodie.
That's right.
What sizes
Everybody.
is those, man? I need a large size, like
Yeah,
maybe
man.
double X.
We got all the sizes.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
A double X. Let me check.
Double X, triple X.
If you want any merch, go to 3bl.sellfy.store. You could click the link that's right there on the stream. If you look at the hoodies, yeah, man, we have it up to triple XL.
Oh,
Yes.
I will be getting one. Yes.
Yes, yes. For $40, man, that's a deal.
Oh, hello, Mr. Stark.
Oh, can we can put this on the side too. Just always keep it there.
Oh yeah,
There we go. This is the hoodie episode.
the hoodie episode.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So just to give everybody a recap, we are in the middle of summer and people are busy and working and all that good stuff. And we have not had an official challenge really in a while. So today it's just me and Grim. We're just kicking it, kind of giving everyone an update on what's going on. We
Yeah.
are also sharing this cool new streaming service that we have here. So we'll be able to kind of see if it works or doesn't work. If we don't like it, we're going to ditch it. We already saw that there could potentially have some audio issues. If it has audio issues, then we will ditch it. But we've been trying to get a little bit more official over here, and this is the first step in the right direction. And if this does not work, we will be searching. If you know of a good solution that will be able to do all these cool things and isn't crazy to learn like OBS, then holler at any of us.
It's toxic. Come out of the shadows. I can't. I'm stuck in a sunken place.
So video, yeah, we have some lighting issues over there. Grim, what's new, man? How you been?
Taxes. That's new. The more you make, the more they take.
Yes, this is true. Oh man, tax season. I was late with my taxes this year.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Just by
Well,
like a week.
you can't
By
be
like a
too
week.
early. I'm not opposed to doing taxes around this time if you can handle it. Take the necessary steps so you don't get penalized. But this is like a good time
When
to have your taxes
when
done.
the new baby was born, that kind of threw everything off. It was like right at the end of
Mm.
March, and I was like, I had all the stuff submitted, and then our tax person was like, just flooded with
Yeah.
stuff. But luckily, we didn't owe, so like you could still send your taxes in late and all that good stuff.
Well,
But
that's the good thing about having kids. When you have kids, it never owe.
oh man, and next year I'm gonna have the double dependents.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, stock market?
Mm. Yes, yes, yes. What about musically, man? What have you had time to make any music recently, or no? And if not, what are you listening to?
No, no, and no. Honestly, I've been listening to some old instrumentals, some stuff I forgot about. Um, I haven't had time to really sit down and play with anything, but I have some ideas once I have the time to really jump back into it. I got some ideas, man. I got to set up Spitfire because I did something stupid the other day, and I have to re-download all of the waves back onto Spitfire that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went in there, because I haven't been on, Spitfire in a minute, I
Yeah.
had a bunch of free wave not plugins, but waves for Spitfire. Um, a bunch, bro. Like I didn't even realize. I'm like, what am I doing? Just sitting with all this free stuff for. So I downloaded a lot. So I'm gonna just try to download everything for free, and then also look into some other plugins. Try to clean up the computer a little bit. Been shopping, looking at getting another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm anxious to go in the realm of getting an older model that's cleaned up where I can throw, Ableton and stuff on there and not really miss a beat because I know if I get a new MacBook, it's gonna mess up stuff with all the upgrades on the new OS and stuff. A lot of stuff is not gonna carry, and I'm probably gonna sit on it for like I might as well buy a new program. Might
Yeah.
as well get a new program. You get a new computer, you might as well buy a new program. That's all it is. If you've been working on a program for a few years and you get a new computer, you think everything is going to just transfer over smoothly. Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-mm.
Problems, problems. So my mind has been racing on looking at some older MacBooks, something, with a lot of CPU power,
Right.
a lot of RAM.
A little more affordable, but still like souped
Yeah,
up.
still
Yeah.
souped up, but it's an older model, so I can still, do that and just dump everything on that and not miss a beat.
Do
That's my
you?
plan.
Would you do a Mac Mini again if you had to?
Yeah, yeah, I would. I like the Mac Mini. The only downside is the Mac Mini doesn't come with a screen.
Yeah.
I don't mind the keyboard stuff, but the screen is like you have to choose the right screen. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even it
Right.
all depends depends on what you're trying to do too. So just working on music, you don't need nothing, spectacular, extravagant. You just need, for me, I just need to be able to see all the waves and everything clear. It don't need to be, blurry, nothing like that. So other than that, yeah, I like the new Mac Minis. I like, you know what I'm saying? Especially the I forgot which ones they call the tall ones, the tower ones. I like those, but I just the music industry is not caught up to these computers yet. So it's like every time a new computer come out, you gotta wait like what, at least a year and a
Right.
half, 2 years before
That's
whatever.
what they were saying about the new Macs, right? The whatever the hell they had put in, like an M chip or something, like their
Yeah,
proprietary chip or whatever. And people were pretty hesitant about jumping into them. But I've heard good things recently. There's a couple of producers I follow that say like, wow, like jumping on a new
yeah.
MacBook is worth it because it seems to be pretty crazy with the new chip.
I mean,
But I don't know if that's just, you know,
I'm quite
someone
sure
selling
it's
me.
super fluid. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
How you move, how everything is loading up for you, how the sounds, everything is, especially depending on what type of program you're rocking, what dial you're rocking with. So, like, it's probably everything is all peaches and cream. But, for us guys with a certain budget, you can't just jump into those
Yeah.
new computers like that. Especially with the dials we've been working with and the stuff we've been working with. I know guys, we just got plugins, maybe like 2, 3 months in. You know what I'm saying? It's like those things don't always carry over. It's a problem. I'm running with that now, just doing an update on the mini where my RC20s is not showing. Like it only let me pick default options, but I
Hmm.
can't do nothing else. It won't show me nothing else. Same thing with DS drums. It's doing the same thing with that. Also with what else? It's another plugin that's doing that with it. And I just did an update. It's like forgot. You can't update. You gotta leave it where it's at, man.
That is like someone has to come up with like a term for that because it's like that's just my forever experience with computers, right?
Right.
It's like you buy something, you like max it out, you soon as like the hard drive, space gets to a certain size, then like things start failing and then like you can't get a new one or you're
It's
scared to get
over.
a new one cuz shit won't like transfer over. That's like what I've lived in my entire life basically.
Like with Mac, I have, this is one down. Max said, listen, we're going to maximize our profits. We're going to start
Right.
soldering our RAM chips into the board. Where no, we're not updating it for you. If you want powerful
E-
RAM, you're going to pay for it.
exactly, man.
There's no
Hey,
updates. You want to
let's go
update? Pay for the update, the whole package, my friend.
let's go and see what is a MacBook Pro with M2 chip.
Oof.
You ready? Let's go. Let's go look. Let's go shopping. This is the shopping episode of 3BL.
Listen, in
Let's go
the
look,
in the
huh?
wrong household, that is a divorce buying that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. You see what Jason Stark said on this comment right here.
Which one? Grim get some light. Yeah, I saw that. That's funny. I'm stuck in the shadows, man.
All right, let's put the hoodie back up. Okay,
Put the
and I'm
hoodie.
gonna share my screen while we're gonna go and just. This is the upgrade your shit episode. Share screen, share window. Let's share this window. Share this window. Ooh, look at how
Let's
man
see
we
if I
got
could
so much
scan that
stuff.
real quick.
Yeah, what happened?
Battery died.
Oh wow, look at all the different. Oh, this is perfect. Look at that.
Oh man.
Look at us. Okay, we're going shopping. MacBook M2 Pro or M2 Max chip.
Mm.
MacBook Pro 14-inch or 16-inch. This is from
That's the minimum.
2000. That's the key word. From. That'll get you. Yo, I
That'll
don't think
get
I
you in the
have.
door.
I think I have. Yo, this has an M2 chip, MacBook Pro 13-inch. I think I have a 13-inch
Mm.
because I still connect my MacBook to two screens, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter
okay.
how big the screen is. You could still connect it if you have bigger screens. All right, so let's go buy this shit. You ready? Compare Mac models. It says from what do we say? From 1200.
Yeah, that was the 14 and 15.
All right, let's look. We're at the 13-inch,
Yeah.
space gray, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 8 GB unified memory, 256 gigabytes SSD storage. Okay, more storage built in. You're gonna go up to 1499.
That's BS on the freaking storage, man. Like, come on, Mac. You're supposed to be giving out a terabyte for that price, bro.
You know what's crazy is like all these models, you have to be very careful because they'll only set you up with like a certain number of lightning ports to connect
Right,
shit to. And I didn't realize that. Like all these like people bought new ones recently that I know, and they had like two ports. I'm like,
right.
what?
You got to get a, what they call it, a patch, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I had one of those. So this has four. Okay, Magic Keyboard. I don't know what the hell that is. Touch bar. Yeah, that's good. Touch trackpad. No one uses this. Sorry, it's just this. They should stop doing this.
What's that?
It's like this stupid strip here. Oh
Oh,
no, touch trackpad. No, that's just the regular joint. Okay, but there is a stupid little touch strip at the top. I thought that that's what I was talking about. Okay, anyways, 12.99. Still 12.99. Okay, okay.
we ain't budget.
See, but the question is all this shit good? 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU. I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe. That's where you have to do 16-core neural engine. This is just like some made up language they're talking to us.
Right.
What does this mean?
Cores. That means it's 8 cores on one CPU chip.
Oh man. Okay. So order it today. It delivers by Wednesday, June 28th for free. Now, $12.99 or 12 monthly payments of $108. Let's select. Select now.
After taxes.
Okay, now here's where they're trying to get you. For more money, you can get 24 gigabytes of unified
How
memory.
much? 400?
Is this like RAM? That's RAM, right?
RAM, yeah, they usually try to charge you like 300.
So 16 gigabytes, $200. Let's get it all, right? We're upgrading to this 24 gigabytes of unified memory.
Yeesh,
S-
that's $400, right?
yep.
Jeez,
Storage,
that's not bad. That's not bad.
storage. Oh, my help desk person is still asking me if I'm here. Uh, thank you for your help, Judy. We're talking to the Restream help people at the same time. Anyways, 256 gigabytes. What do you think, Grim? Could you live with 512 or 1 terabyte?
On the hard drive,
Yeah.
I gotta only do 1 terabyte at least, bro.
Okay. Let's do
Two
one
fifty
terabyte.
six is like child's play, bro.
Okay. What is this shit? Blacklit Magic Keyboard. What? Okay.
Because
Pre-installed software.
that's how they pimp you. They give you less ports with low memory, and you gotta go out and spend money on a patch and extra hard drives. You're gonna burn your shit out. Do it our way.
So this is where you add Logic Pro. Boom, $200. But if you add Logic Pro, you are not buying it
Wait,
ever
wait, wait,
again.
wait, 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 wait. I didn't see that option. I'm in the matrix, okay? There's an option for Logic Pro
Yes, sir.
for $200.
Yes.
How much is the price of Logic without buying a Mac?
I think it's around that price, like $200.
So they not giving you no deal.
I don't know. I we should look that up because I have no clue. But what I do know is that if you buy Logic Pro, you then don't ever have to buy for like the new upgrades. It's just like
Automatic
it's
updates.
automatic
Oh, okay,
updates.
okay,
Right.
that's a deal.
So
What
if
do you get the
you
same thing when you buy regularly, or
yeah.
oh, okay, then that's not a deal.
Oh, look who is here. Hang on, let's
Who's
add
that?
someone to the stream.
Hey, you!
Oh.
Y'all got all excited and got nothing but a green screen, huh?
Nah,
You
we
hear
see.
me?
I see you.
Oh, you see me? I don't see myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let's see if we could change the setup here.
Ah,
Oh, he's gone.
he's out of here.
And
Damn.
That
he's
was not
Hold on,
supposed
hold
to
on, hold on.
happen.
okay.
Okay.
We still got Q's audio. There you are. I see
Yeah, we
you.
got. I see you.
I don't see myself. I just see a little green box.
Now do you see
You
yourself?
see?
How
No,
about
I just
now?
see a green box.
Oh well, we're good.
Yeah, that maybe because it's something with the phone or something like that.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's we so we are on this new system, which is very much like StreamYard, and we've already been finding a lot of hiccups and glitches here and there.
I'm trying to see if there's something I'm not doing on my side.
Might not be.
But
We
while
are in the
you do,
beta verse anyway.
Hold on.
yeah, this is the beta episode.
Oh my gosh.
Grim, if you add Logic Pro, think about how many times you purchased a new upgrade for Ableton. How much is a new upgrade for Ableton? Like 100, 200 bucks?
It depends which one you want. You know what I'm saying?
The new upgrade for Ableton, yeah, it could be like
It could be
$500.
$500. The suite, I think, is the highest, right? So it's right. Is it 500? The suite is down to 500.
I don't know.
Something like that. Well, for the Max. Can y'all see me now? I'm over here pressing buttons. I'm sorry.
Nah, we never stop seeing you, so I don't,
Dang. All right.
Fingers is in the chat. What's up,
Fingers in the building? What's up?
What's up, Fingers, Mr. Marcus?
We are on Restream. I have to get chat to be live. Let's put the chat in the live here. Now we'll see new stuff come up. We are using Restream. Beta. I'm gonna put beta. Oh, Marcus could join us. Beta testing. Here, let's see if the Fingers wants to say what's up.
Welcome to the beta verse.
And P is trying to put the baby down. This is going to be like the latest episode ever.
Oh, wow. So, Ableton Suite, $749.
See? Dang it.
There we
What
go.
is this?
7 what?
Bro, this is the...
What?
740, yeah.
Okay, so that means, you know what that means, Grim? That means, let's go back to the share screen. If you're spending $749 with a full Ableton upgrade, with like the whole thing,
the whole fully.
Look at this price tag here: $22.98 with Logic Pro, a terabyte, and all the RAM maxed out, right? Okay, and add to bag. Let's see if they add taxes. You ready? It ships for free. Do you need any essentials? Let's see. Apple Care? No, thank you. USB Lightning cable? Why wouldn't that be put in for free?
Squeeze the juice out, man.
$20. So we're not getting into that shit. We don't need that. We don't need a mouse. We don't need a Magic Keyboard or whatever the hell that is. Office, AirPods, no thank you, no thank you. None of this shit. Power adapter extension cable. Oh man. Why would it why would you
a minute, bro. Are they charging you for the power? Oh, God.
No, this is just an extra long one. This is I know what this is. This is just an extra long one. And then wait. Review bag. Okay, so ready? I'm just gonna go to review bag and then I'm gonna let the fingers in. So give me 2 seconds here. 22.
I'm in the matrix.
Here comes the tax. Here comes.
Did that just jump like 700?
total is $2,436.93. What's up, the
Yeah, the
fingers?
fingers. What's up,
Yo, I'm trying to figure out this new system. I haven't used Restream in a minute.
man?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we are
What's
in the
good? What's good,
It's
Dataverse,
man?
good. Man, been working.
man. That is the
Yeah.
theme of the
That is the
year.
theme. That is the theme.
Theme of the year. We halfway through. Man, it's been.
Just think about all the overtime I gotta do.
You gotta save up for that computer, man.
Man, I don't know about that price, man. I might just look for refurbished, man.
Hey, the refurbished ones, there's nothing wrong with those.
Yeah,
But as long as you get it from like Best Buy or Apple or like an
yeah,
Apple certified,
yeah.
the refurbished, you can get them almost half price.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Getting some a little older. I don't want to get the. I don't want to spend a bunch of money for new one and then still be stuck
Now,
because
so you gotta make sure. So I went through this last year, and we spent a lot. I was using a 8 GB RAM Mac. It was still M1, but the RAM was 8 GB, which was fine for like pop and hip hop R&B.
yeah,
But when I started doing more orchestral stuff, it would take me. I would have to create like 6 or 7 sessions just to make one track because I would do
Damn.
like I would do one session that would be just the strings, and then I would bounce the strings as a stereo track, and then bring the strings into a new session and do like the brass, and then bounce that out, and then do like
Oh,
percussion.
wow, man.
And then if I had to change the strings, I would have to go back to the string session. And I was like, man, people, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I was
Yeah.
like, this ain't gonna work. So had a long chat with my wife, and we did this exact process. Went to the Apple site. She's like, what do you need? I was like, I need the top of everything.
yeah.
And I got the 64 GB RAM Mac.
Ooh.
I think it was 4 TB hard drive.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was an investment, but definitely paid for itself. Like if you're gonna do it, make sure you're gonna make music or do something
Yeah.
with it that you can get the money back for it.
Right.
So it was definitely an investment, but I knew that was a direction that I was going down. So
At least
Yeah.
you're good though, bro. You can, move more fluidly through your music. You know what I'm saying? That's the key, like to be comfortable,
Yeah.
be in the zone. So whatever it costs, like you said, it's got to be investment. Money got to come back.
yeah, it definitely
It's
got
worth
to come
it.
back.
It's
What
definitely
it did
worth
for
it,
me
though.
is it cut my creativity time in half. So I was able to cut the time it take to make a track in half,
Right.
meaning I could make twice as many tracks in the time it was taking me to make one.
Right.
So like I can get more done or get it done faster at least. So I mean, Apple don't play with their prices, but
No.
you know what you get when you I mean, it's all right there. You know what you get when you invest in it.
And it's worth it though. Once you get it, it's worth it because I think just through the years, Apple's been the most stable
Yeah.
for far as for music and art. You know what I'm saying? For me, working with different artists, whether it's working in the studio, especially with Pro Tools, because Pro Tools is like file heavy. So it's always been stable for me. I had PC with Pro Tools and it was unstable.
Yeah.
So,
You know
but
what?
yeah, I like
Check
it.
this out. Check the screen out. So I just went to the let's see, what is it called? Basically, if you just type in like MacBook student discount,
Ooh.
it takes you to a separate website, and I just loaded up the same exact computer that we talked about, which came to, what was it, 2,400, right? So it does a couple things. It gives you a discount on the cost, like the total cost, and it adds the education bundle, right? So we have 1 TB of storage, 24 GB unified memory,
Right.
and the Pro Apps bundle. That is Logic, and that's Final Cut, and it's a couple other things, right? So you get a student discount, and you get some of these other apps added in. That includes Logic for $2,138. The only reason I'm bringing this up is, number one, they do not check if you are a student. They don't.
Wow.
And the reason I know this is because that is how I purchased my MacBook.
Cheat code.
Cheat code right here
Cheat
is, all you have to do is type in Apple, or wait, MacBook Pro, MacBook student discount, and then it will take you to some site. You have to find it. It says like education pricing and student discounts Apple, and then you go and find your way to it. Oh, here it is. MacBook, Apple gift card, Apple back to school 2023. So here you go. Bring on college. Okay, I'm going to college. You hit MacBook Pro right here, and then that's where you have the discounted website.
Wow.
So they don't care. I'm just letting you know. Sorry for. I hope that no one.
So for the 24,
Hope they
I
don't
could
shut
get
it down.
15.
So you could get everything we looked at about 7 minutes ago. Same thing. 24 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte storage. That same MacBook 13-inch with a Pro bundle for $21.38. Wait, let's add it to the bag to get the taxes in there. Let's see if they add taxes or not. Please don't add taxes. Just hook a student up, you know? Hook a student up. None of this stuff. What does it say? Checkout, pay in full, $21.38. Yo.
Purchase it.
Estimated
Purchase it.
I know.
Code.
Wait, now it's telling me to put my zip code in. Oh, shit. Apply. Ugh. There it is. Okay, $22.58.
That's why they wanted the zip code to see how much taxes they're gonna charge you.
Yeah. So still, I mean, yeah, that's like
$150. I mean, $120.
Yeah, plus the extra Final Cut Pro, which I don't know if you're into video or whatever, but okay. That is the gem of the week on 3 Beats Later. Let's shut this down. And Defingas, what is good, man? How you been?
Crazy, man. Been going to all kinds of conferences, virtual, in person, and then networking, sync trailers. I literally just finished. I gotta mix it, but just finished creating a trailer track for an album, just like an hour ago. And I was like, I need a break. And I saw you guys was live. I was tuning in at 9:30. I was like, oh, I guess there's no show tonight. But yeah, I've just been diving in, AI all over the place. Doing the open verse challenges on TikTok, and then sync and trailers. That's been the focus. And then of course, working. I still work, but making music. So yeah, just been on the grind.
Nice, man. Yeah, I've been seeing some of the highlights. Seriously.
Yeah, it does not compute.
Man, I'll be asleep at the wheel. Like, what? Where we going?
What's the typical bedtime for you?
Probably 3. Oh. Two or 3. I gotta wake up at usually like 5:45, 5:30, 5:45. I try to get 4 hours of sleep. It's been getting less. I would love to get 6 hours of sleep, but I gotta make music, and you gotta fit the time in. It's like I gotta finish these projects. I always have music to make. Like I literally have. For those that do sync, what I do is I have a website browser open, like Safari, Chrome, and I have just a bunch of tabs that are just for my sync stuff. So the libraries, the briefs that I have each tab open up for like those libraries, so I can always just jump into one and be like, okay, what are they looking for like this week or today or whatever. Right. And then there's some that are like immediate, like they want something yesterday, or there's some that's like I can do whatever I feel like it. Right. So right now I'm in the whenever I feel like a stage and not really rushing to. And then there's some that's like a couple weeks. I have deadlines, so I can space it out like that. And then if there's ones like over the weekend, there was like a $50,000 opportunity. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go for this, but 1 million other people are gonna go for it. But it's like, I'm gonna still pitch for it. So you just never know.
So wait. Just to recap, typical bedtime is 2 a.m. and then you're waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Yeah. When is nap time? First off. Second off, what kind of energy drinks are you on? We need to know the diet.
I can't. Mostly apple juice, which is not even better. Apple juice and water, but no energy drinks. Never was a fan. No coffee. No coffee. I don't drink coffee. So it's mostly been apple juice. This is not the best thing because all the sugar, but yeah, just the adrenaline just from like gotta get the music out, gotta get these briefs in, and then like I won't have to do it when I get to the point where I can do it full time, because I'll be doing it all day.
Exactly.
But it's like right now I got to use the time I got. So occasionally, like the weekend, like I did sleep in like Sunday. Like I slept into like 11, 12.
Right.
So like push it hard all week, and then like Saturday, might sleep in. Saturday, Sunday. So it's almost like I am working 2 jobs, back to back, and then sleep in a little bit on the weekends, and then hit up the briefs. But it's a lot. And I also started a Facebook group called Secrets to Success. So definitely tap in. We hit 700, getting close to 800 members. Just people sharing about sync. There's some library owners there, and just posting about sync there. I did some interviews with like people at Disco. I did an interview with a big trailer music composer. Got some more lined up. So Secrets to Success is launching. So doing that and just grinding. So it's a steady climb to the top.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to kind of add some stuff right there. Oh, wrong thing. I shared the wrong thing. This is check out. Did I spell it right?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Man, I like this.
Woo! Well, we found some audio issues to fingers, so don't get too excited because I'm not even kidding. Like we might have to not use this until we figure this out. So sharing audio from a DAW via Restream seems to be a challenge, and we need to figure that out. So
especially with the Mac.
We were just on like customer support. That's why we didn't go live at 9:30. We were talking live chatting with Judy over at Restream, and
hello, Judy.
She helped us out and let us know. I think we are SOL until we find some sort of YouTube video that explains how to do it correctly.
Well, yeah. There might be a way to stream it with Zoom.
Right.
Maybe do a share through Zoom, and then
maybe that's so we got to do some research, but at this point, maybe the weeks where we just are like shooting the shit like today, we could kind of go on this way. But anyways, but I want to get back to it. So I think we are watching as the Fingers is on his journey to do music full time,
right?
And seeing how much it takes in terms of like your actual focus and organization of time to be able to work. What do you like punch in for work for music every night? Is it like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m.?
It varies. So I have stuff where like I can work on ideas literally like in the kitchen with the family. My wife might be up there working, or like in the bed. So I have like a smaller keyboard that I can hook up MIDI keyboard. It's a iRig. Shout out to IK Multimedia. I had a great chat with them last week, and I'll be doing some stuff with them in a couple weeks. But I have an iRig Keys IO, the 25 and the 49 key. So the 25, the smaller one, if I just want to do like some simple melodies, bass lines, things like that. Or I have like the 49 key if I want to do like some chord stuff, and that's the stuff that I can travel with. Or like I said, if I'm not in the studio room, in the studio room, I just have a Yamaha Motif, the OG from 2001, I think, 76 key. But I'm only using it as a MIDI controller. Interested in I need to talk to some people over at Native Instruments to get in one of those keyboards that have the lights, so that I know I use a lot of contact now, so I can get the lights and see what notes I can be playing on the keys. That's all over chat, but yeah. So I usually make music up until 2 or 3 in the morning. From let's say get home, spend a couple hours with the family. If I have to go into work, which right now we are 3 days in, 2 days out. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually in the office, which is not bad. Could be worse. So I usually get home like, let's say 6:30, and then chill with the family. We walk the dog at 8:30. So usually after like the dog walk, I'm like locked in the studio until 2 or 3.
So that's about 5 hours Monday through Friday. Let's just estimate that, right? So 25 hours. You have a second job, which is definitely what you're describing right now. You know what I mean? You're working, what is that? 14 hours a day at least, right? But all for this goal, which I think like everybody on the stream that has ever been on the stream wants this, right? They want to just do music full time, right? And that's just, you're kind of just showing everybody out there like what it takes to start getting that door open and start really making,
Yeah.
strides to be able to kind of fully transition. If you do you have like a goal in terms of like a date where you could kind of even consider something like that, where you're like, okay, the 9 to 5 is done, in terms
I
of like in the future in like years? Is that like
I
on a
do.
2 year vision plan?
It's tied to, so where I work at National Geographic. So the hardest thing, I wish someone told me, is if you're trying to do something full time, never work at a place where you enjoy where you're working. So I actually like where I work, so it'd be easier to be like, oh, I'm done with this, and leave
Yeah.
if I didn't like where I was working. My team is great. I've been there for, it'll be 16 years Thanksgiving, so I've been there.
Wow.
And same, I sort of came up the ranks with my boss now, and like we grew up there, so it's like we have a great team camaraderie. So we're about to enter construction phase for a couple of years. So I think we'll have a little bit more flexibility with scheduling and things. So I'm hoping by the end of construction, that's my goal, so that I can use this flexible time over the next, I think it's 3 years, 3.5, something like that, to really dive in more with the music and the trailers. I know more now than I did like, a year ago. So I'm learning more. Libraries are like starting to pay attention. The connections I made at NAM trailerizing. I just posted a trailerization of a Justin Bieber song, and like his engineer like loved it. So I'm like, yo. So I still got to do the Rihanna one and the Kendrick Lamar one. So I still got a list of trailerizations to do. So I just keep giving myself more work to do.
Right.
But 3 years or less, if Hans Zimmer calls tomorrow, I'm out.
Out of there.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. This is like great because, so I, me and Grim were just talking about like how busy stuff is, and I'm like in, I'm just entering 2 baby world, right? I think that's just a new world for me right now. So I feel like with 1 baby, I was finding these pockets of like hours and 2 hours and 3 hours, and it was like great. I'm like boom, 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 like able to make music, able to make beats for the show, able to kind of organize stuff. And now with 2 babies, it's like that is kind of not a thing. So having to find and squeeze in that time, like right now, right, where it's 11 p.m. after the show, we could jump off and make music for the next couple hours.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, and I think that's just like everybody's own journey to find that. When you have like a 9 to 5 where you're gonna find the time to do music on the side, essentially, until you could do it full time.
Yep.
But what else, man? I mean, what else? I mean, I keep seeing updates. I keep seeing the interviews. What's another highlight for the last time you're on?
It's just crazy. I did a stint in AI. I literally took a week, and it was taking up like the time I would have made music. I was spending that like watching all these AI videos. Found some great ones. Did like my Rick Ross, voice emulation on some beats, and I actually connected. I was able to connect with a big producer off of that. Like someone from his team reached out, was like, "Hey, can you do a Keanu Reeves AI voice?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I didn't know anything about it. Then I like figured it out, and like you copy his voice and put it in different. In that case, I think I used 11 Labs. And then said whatever they wanted me to say. So, but yeah, I was just like, nah, I can't. This isn't my area. I can't spend this much time in this. But took a week, did 2 Rick Ross songs to beats I did for him. And I was gonna go down the train of doing like the Usher beats. I had those concept albums I put out, so I was like, let me go ahead and write some songs to these beats I got for Usher or Drake or whoever. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to get flagged. I don't want my accounts to get removed from social media and all that. So I was like, that was fun. It's there if we need it. It's only getting better. But I do use AI for text. I don't use ChatGPT. I use either Bard, which is Google's ChatGPT, or Perplexity, which is I don't think a big company owns it, but I go between those two. And then for I definitely use for artwork. Sometimes Canva, Adobe Firefly, is that what it's called? Cheat code. If any of you use Adobe Suite, Adobe Firefly is insane. So definitely check that out.
But you have to have a Adobe Suite login.
You gotta have
right?
Adobe Cloud, I think.
Okay.
There might be a trial. I don't know all the details, but if you have Adobe
Yeah.
Cloud, if you're already using some of the Adobe Suite, or if you have some friends at Adobe, it'd be good. But Firefly
Exactly.
is like insane. In a perfect world for me, like the stuff from Firefly would be integrated in Canva because I use Canva a lot, and that would just be the best of both worlds.
So what about you said 11 Labs? Did you have to train the AI voice?
So with
to
that,
do
you upload whatever recordings. I think the more the better.
like 10 minutes or something max? Or
10.
something?
I think I had like 5 minutes. I was on the
Okay.
free trial for like a month, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it for this, and then didn't
Right.
renew it. And there's probably more out there now. I just haven't been in that space. There's channels that you can tap into. That there's one guy, I think it's called futuretools.com, where he like reviews every AI thing out there, and then he has this website where you can look up he like does an AI matrix of like all the AI platforms. I think it's futuretools.io. Go there, you can look up anything AI. It's filtered by categories. There's music creation stuff on there. I haven't really used AI for that yet, but I've seen some things in that space. But yeah, for me, the artwork and the text are the big AI wins. If you count like Ozone, that is sort of AI, or the drummer and Logic, that's sort of AI. But yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, we kind of played around with that for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I had kind of had an issue with like finding some really good quality voices, but I'm gonna have to. I think I did the 11 Labs demo too, but I didn't go that far to like train a voice. So you had to find like Keanu Reeves talking by himself.
Yeah, so I had to find like interviews or movie clips where there's like no music behind him and he's talking, and it had to be like sort of recent. I didn't want like a 12-year-old, a clip that's 12 years old, Keanu Reeves, because he didn't sound the same like he sounds now. So yeah, I found like, again, that took a lot of time. It took like a day just going through different YouTube clips or getting screen grabs of movies and things like that. It's like, okay, I can't do this. Like, this is not what I want to do. There's people that might be doing it, get paid for it. But I'm like, this is not the job I want to have right now. So, like I said, spend about a week there, and then like, let me get back to the trailers and sync stuff. Join Disco, which is incredible. If you are a music creator, you definitely want to use Disco if you're in sync and trailers and things like that, to share your music, get it out to music supervisors, in trailer libraries or music or sync libraries.
I just joined Disco.
Yeah.
And I just uploaded like, I don't know, 6 songs or something like that. So I'm starting to like do all the meta tagging and all that crap.
The great thing about it is if you upload similar songs, you can take the metadata, or you can take all the information from one song and copy it to another song. That to me saves a lot of time instead of going one by one. So if I uploaded, if I'm working on like a playlist and I uploaded 3 like disco tracks, I can just get all the tags and labeling for one, and then copy all that over to another one, and just change the title and the key or whatever, and the artwork. One other cheat code for artwork. I don't use. I got away from Discord because I kept getting added to too many channels, and I was like, it's too much. Like I'm getting distracted. Bro. Yeah, I'm like no.
But everyone wants to make their own like ecosystem.
Their own channel. They want you they want you to subscribe to them on Instagram now. They start broadcast channels. I'm like, no, it's too much. So I've taken a step back from a lot of that stuff. So I don't use I don't use Midjourney. There's one called Leonardo AI. You want to use this one.
Okay.
This thing is insane. There's a free version. It might, when I signed up, this was probably 6 months ago. The waiting period was about a week or 2. It might be way longer now. You can sign up, and the way it's set up is you get tokens. You get 150 tokens a day, and depending on what you want. Can you screen share? I don't know if you can screen share here.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Can I screen share? Let's see. Share.
I can get to it. I'm logging in right now.
Allow to share screen. Let's see what happens. Share this screen. It's gonna look real better here.
Okay, here I could.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I could turn it on. 1 second. There we go. Look
So
at
you see,
this.
I don't know, do you see what I see?
Yep.
Okay, so let's say you get 150 tokens once you get in. You can upgrade and pay. I don't pay; it's all free. For what I use it for, I'm usually just going to AI image generation. You can see some stuff I did here. So I had a track called Privately. I just put in my track title, and then see what it spits out. So I had one called Inviting Harmony. I did one called Make You Mine. Some of it gets kind of weird with the artwork. And so what you can do, let's say, give me a title.
Come out of the shadows.
Let's see. We can write all that. Come out of the shadows. And then you have different sort of models. So you can choose between all these models. You can choose how many images you want it to generate, but the number of images you select will use more tokens. So you only get 150 a day. So it'll tell you over here, this will use 8 tokens. I usually do 2. You can do up to 4. Some of them allow you to do up to 8, but I usually do 2. That usually uses like 4 to 8 tokens.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use, let's say in this case, the Dream Shaper model. And then what you can do is I usually like to do alternatives. So I want to go to the diffusion model. I want to say generate there. And you can see my tokens should be going down. I don't know why it's not going down. Maybe when it generates. So I like to generate multiple options with all these different models to see. You see it going down now once it generates. So you have all these different options. I usually stop at the signature. So I usually go from Dream Shaper, diffusion, creative, select signature. I don't really do the stable stuff. Just from in my experience. So this is what it started generating. This is using the Dream Shaper model. This one was using the diffusion model. This one was the creative model. And then whatever these two look like. Here's some of the past ones I did. And it stores all your stuff. So I was doing some stuff with clocks, trying to figure out something. This looks kind of scary, kind of weird. So I tried to get options. I did one called Caution, and this is what it came up with. I had one that was called Queen's Court for a neoclassical album, neoclassical trailer song. And yeah, just put in the track title and then see what it spits out. Jericho. That was a trailer I did. Trailerization 730 was a trailerization. Yeah, so it gets kind of weird and crazy. I did Bad Romance. I think this is the one I used for Lady Gaga. And I think I tried Romance and different options. Hollywood's Bleeding, I did that was a trailerization of Hollywood's Bleeding song. First Class, that was trailerization of that by Jack Harlow.
So can you fine tune with the additional prompts or?
Yeah, so what you can do, I usually don't. I usually like just to save on. So let's say of the ones we just did, Come Out of the Shadows, if you like this one, you can like ask it to remix it. You can go in and dive in. I really don't do much more than just the bare bones. You can really get creative in there. If you want, you can do the not safe for work options. And then there's other things in there. So let's say outside of the AI generation, there's AI Canvas, where you can bring in an image and it will use AI to generate images around the image you brought in. It's crazy. It's scary. It's insane. I don't know if I have an image I can share here, but you can literally like bring in something. Let me see if I can find a decent image. Let's see. Can you see let's see if I bring, let's see what this does. This is going to be interesting. So this is some guys. This is Legendary Engineer. And then these are some guys, the Vegas crew. This is at NAMM. Pat mixed, recorded all the guest verses, the guy in the green shirt here, on the Kanye Donda albums. This is Tom Lord Ouch, incredible engineer, and then his whole crew here from Mixed Las Vegas. So let's see if we go, let's say like over here. I don't know if it's gonna, let's see, background. I haven't done this in a while because I don't really use this. I don't know if it's gonna generate, because this is like a building. This is at the NAMM show. And these guys are going to kill me for using their picture. Yeah, it's hard. It's easier with this, like, let's see what that's kind of, you see I have like, I tried to add the image there. So it's trying to add like a building. It's trying to,
oh, wow.
But it gets crazy. Like if it's nature or something like that, we'll try something else.
Just put like trees.
And then you can like go out as far out as you want. And yeah, it's insane. Not that one. It gives you 4 options. You can see he's trying to match the lines. They're trying to match his arm. Jacket. That's crazy.
That is
so.
Funny,
Let's say
man.
if I accept that,
Wow.
I can go down here and then be like generate. And you can see it's using up your tokens. So some people need more than 150 tokens. I'm good with 150 to do what I need. And it just like starts to.
Wow.
Things might get a little crazy, with the hands and the fingers and things. But it's AI. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy the times we're living in. And again, all this so far, from my experience using this platform, it's free. Um, so you bring in a picture you want and just create a whole background story around it. And it looks like we're getting to a whole other realm here. But yeah, so you can do all kinds of like crazy stuff. Then you can see the stuff people created. So
Yeah.
Leonardo, to me,
It works.
The selling factor is it's not on Discord. It doesn't require that.
Right.
You can. I haven't done the 3D model stuff yet. So for those of you here that are doing 3D games and comic books, great for that. You can do fine-tuned models, training, and data sets. Like I said, I don't dive in too much on that stuff, but it's there if you need it. I'm mostly using the AI art generation, and even with that, you have all these options where you can have some different things, prompt magic, public. You can change the size. I think you have to upgrade if you need something bigger than like 768.
Right.
But again, I don't need all that stuff. You can drag in your own image and have it create an AI image based on the image you drag in. So it's, I didn't get this far with Midjourney. Midjourney might be that complex, but again, I don't like having to use Discord at this point.
Right.
So something
Yeah.
that's web based or like an app based is all I need. So between
Right.
this, Canva, and Adobe Firefly, which I'll show that real quick. I don't know if anyone Adobe Firefly. It is in beta. I was messing around with it. Again, some great things. You can remove you can remove someone from an image, like, and it'll keep the background, which is like
Wow.
insane. You can do 3D images modeling. One thing I like playing with just is this text to image. I gotta get through all the legal stuff. Not the text to image. I think it's the what is it? Text effects, where you can go in and you can basically type in. Let me see the fingers, and they'll say
Oh my
that's
God.
rubber balls. We can say underwater generate. This takes a little bit of time, but again, and then you get 4 options there with the underwater, so you can get your Little Mermaid version, and you can bounce that out. You can change the background color. Let's say I want the background black. I could say fire, and it's just insane. So Adobe Firefly, Canva, Leonardo. This is your AI tutorial. You know I'm going to snip this and post this somewhere. What else? Give me something else to make the image.
Lava rocks.
Lava rocks.
You're going shopping.
It looks weird, but actually we'll do this. 3. I don't know what's it does adjust the size. So 3 beats later. I don't know if you just do like something random that's not like hip hop. Let's see what happens there.
Magma.
Like magma. But you can literally spend. I guess that's tape in there. Vinyl. I can't really see. But you could spend all day on this stuff. But the time that it would take to make this, like hire an editor or graphic designer on Fiverr or whatever, you can now do this on your own, and bounce it out and use it as your artwork or your logo or your text for a banner or social media or whatever. Yeah, it's insane. So there's your AI lesson for the day. That's what I've been using mostly for the last few months. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man. I've been using. I checked out a lot of that stuff. I know what you mean about like having to join Discord, and no, thank you. I'm not trying to like be on everybody's.
Yeah. Did I stop sharing?
I turned you off. You
Okay,
didn't stop, but I turned it off.
Yeah, you can stop.
So
I'm about to say you can stop it.
Let me see.
But they yeah, Discord, like it was cool about a year ago, but then it's like kept getting too much. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I was sharing a lot there, like a lot of the free stuff. And I'm sort of not out of that phase, but I'm really creating a lot. So I used to be like, what's the free app of the day or whatever. And I'm not really focused on that as much lately. There are some free things that come across from like, oh, okay, maybe you guys check this out, that I might post, especially the Ken's group out there. But other than that, not really hanging out in the Discord groups.
So for mobile, what I've been using is it's called Dream. It's just an app, DREAM. And you can.
Is it free?
There's a free version, so that's all I use. So there's no like tokens or anything like that. It's just free, and you can generate images on your mobile device and you can kind of tweak them, and you can download them directly to your phone. So when you are on the go, if you need to do something really quick, it kind of has like maybe like 15 different styles that you can choose from, and then you could just throw in a couple words like, woman walking, and then it'll generate some stuff. I think I probably showed this on the last stream, but let me just quickly go to my SoundCloud really quick.
Man, there's so many. You type in AI art on like the App Store, and you get like so many options. It's insane. Dream. I see a couple that say Dream. What does the Dream app look like? So I know I want to download.
Yeah, let me show it on my screen. One second. Hang on 1 second.
AI cheat code. There's another like there's so much stuff out there. There's one where you can be like reading a script and the AI is that what letter is
it?
It
says a W.
Wombo. Does it say Wombo Dream? That's the one I see on the phone. I can't see that app clearly.
I know it's not. I'm just hoping that my camera is gonna for like 3 seconds. Like, come on, you could do it. You could do it, camera. You could do it.
I think I'm looking at the right one. I think it's Wombo Dream. I'm gonna download that one. There is an app where like it makes your eyes always look like it's looking at the camera. So I can be looking like right here, and it always like the app makes my eyes look like I'm looking at you the whole time at the camera. I'm like, this stuff is scary. Like, it's insane.
So I made these really quick, just like in terms of like on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got to track what I'm going to do. Just opening up the app and creating like in a certain, I try to keep it in like the same format or whatever, but this was like weird retro poster style.
Mm-hmm.
But these were all created with that app, right? It was like, I think I typed in like astronaut or something weird. And it threw that together. This one kind of looks corny, but this one was like beach with rocks. In this poster style. This was like a frog on the beach. I don't know why I have so many beach things.
Ready for vacation.
But those are kind of like, poster, kind of like not super high res. It does have like a really good, like, cinematic kind of like pictures like this. Here, let me show you. This is what happens when you open it up. 1 second. It shows you all the different styles. So there's like, you just cycle through the different styles that you want. And then, like they have like, realistic and sketches and all that good stuff. So this is like just showing you sampling. So you could get something like crazy. Really, but that's free too, So just on the fly, Dream.
AI stuff is insane. We are living in the future right now.
We are. It is the future.
So that's the thing I need. I know there's video. I think there's one called video.ai. The next thing I need is something where I can toss in YouTube videos like this. So you can take the URL of this video once it's posted on YouTube and send it to an app like video.ai, and it will chop up segments and spit out like social media things. It'll add the caption so that you can like have 10 or 20 different clips from this episode that you can post over the next couple weeks or whatever to social media. That's I'm waiting for a free version of that. There is a paid version of that. I really want a free version of that so that I can be like, okay, let me get all these clips I have from Mixing Night or different YouTube or all these interviews. The great people that do podcasts and things where I interview with them, they send me clips already. They're like, hey, just post this whenever, and that's really great. So shout out to any podcast people out there. If you have a podcast and you have a guest on, make it easy for them to share their stuff, because they'll share it if you send them all the stuff like, hey, here's 3 clips from the episode. Feel free to share these segments, whatever. Here's some artwork. And I did an interview on a podcast a couple weeks ago, and they did that. I was like, oh, no one's ever did that. Like I usually chop it up myself and like post my own clips, but no one's ever did that for me. So I was like, oh, the work's already done. I just got to post and schedule the post. So yeah,
we Fingers, don't worry, we're doing that. It's just going to take a little time.
You got 100 episodes? You got to hire AI to do it. Like
that's what
automate it. Take a weekend to automate it, and it'll.
Everyone's like, why aren't you guys going to chop up your clips? We're just waiting So the work is done.
Wait for the technology to catch
We're
up.
waiting. Yeah. See, we're in the future. We're waiting for the technology to catch up to us. You see,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
It already happened.
Actually, you know what? YouTube just launched. You need to go back to all the episodes and I don't know how it's going to work. Transfer them over as a podcast. YouTube just launched a
Yes.
podcast platform.
Yes, and I've been doing
And
that.
since it's new, you know, when these things introduce new stuff, they want you to use the new stuff.
Yes.
Drag all these episodes to the podcast platform and see how that works with like engagement or subscribers.
It's crazy because obviously we are working on growing our followers. So if you are out there and you haven't subscribed, subscribe. But once I started doing that, I'm just doing like one a week. I'm adding it to the podcast tab on YouTube. As soon as I started doing that, all of a sudden we started getting new subscribers. So I'm slowly gonna just like add them all in. Like,
How hard is it? Is it as simple as making a click?
It's making a click. You just go into the edit and then you say add it to playlist or.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
It's like in that same thing. I can't think of how it is, but it's like very simple. You go over to like now you have like a podcast tab under your homepage, and then you basically just like click a button saying like add to podcasts. So. Yeah, so it's pretty easy, but at the same time, you never know what they're doing with all the audio. They're also
AI,
we also own all of this. Yeah. But what else, man? I think we've been going for an hour. P just showed up to the chat, so P is in the chat. What's good, P?
Oh, P, what up?
What are the things? Defingas, what else is going on? Any other updates before we wrap it up here?
That's the big, like, it's going to be sync trailers for a while. AI. I'm trying to figure out how to make AI work. I have not used Logic on the iPad. People have been asking me. I just haven't dived in. I want to. I'll probably do the 1 month trial thing. I just haven't dived in. Maybe this summer. But I am looking forward to that because I don't really use the iPad much for music production now. Just because the orchestral stuff is that trailer stuff is nearly impossible to do on the iPad with the sounds that you need to have. Yeah, I don't really create on the iPad as much as far as music production lately. But there are some apps out there. There's one that coming out that seems promising. And what's great is that these apps, if you have M1 or M2 Mac, like the ones you just showed at the beginning of this episode, some of the apps are available on desktop, on the Mac desktop. You can use them in your sessions. So there are apps on the iPad that I purchased for the iPad price that are available in M1 Macs that I can use in Logic and things like that. So a lot of the Moog stuff. I wouldn't mind if Beatmaker came over. I think they stopped developing that app, but there's some great sounds that you can get for really cheap on the iPad, and if they're available on M1 or M2, bring them on over and use them.
So what do you mean? So real quick, P says we are actually talking to an AI deepfake of Defingas right now, which is hilarious.
This isn't me. Take the mask off. Robot.
Defingas is really in the lab making a beat right now, says P. That's hilarious. So what about Beatmaker 3? They're not developing it anymore? There
haven't been any updates as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably still a team there, but at Intua, I haven't been in the forums in over a year, so I don't know what the latest is, but hoping that with interest coming to the iPad for Logic, that there will be more interest in some of those platforms, to upgrade and things like that. What's great about Logic coming to iPad is that for those of us who have been using the iPad, and I have sounds in some apps and created some presets and things, that people are starting to see that. They're like, oh, you created presets in this app. Is this you? Like, yeah, that's what's up. So people are seeing that like in the iPad space.
Right.
So it's bringing more interest there. It's a little bit resurrecting my interest in the iPad production, but again, with the focus on the trailers and sync stuff, I have to stick to computer production until I get like a 8 terabyte iPad in a couple of years.
Right. Yo, the one thing I want Beatmaker 3 to be able to do, and like this is if I don't know if you remember the way that you can actually kind of like sequence drums in Beatmaker 3, but they have like the most intuitive pad that will allow you to add like 16th note hi-hats and triplet hi-hats.
Yeah.
And you can change the dynamic level just by pushing your finger up.
Yeah.
There is no other thing out there that is that seamless that I've found. And Defingers, if you know of something that's amazing like that, just let me know. But just thinking about how that works on the iPad, it's like, I don't know, like someone has to just copy that.
That's next level. If there's a way, I haven't tried this out. If there's a way to take that, just that one thing alone, and be able to do that on the iPad in Logic, that would be like just MIDI program hi-hats or 16th and 8th notes and bounce just that one section.
Just that one thing.
Right.
Like game changer.
Because even with snare fills and everything, like that would save, like that's the only thing that's kind of like keeping me even anyway interested in like checking out the iPad. And me as well, I've completely shut down the iPad. The only thing the iPad does right now is it says power, power, power on the show. and that's not just because it's just because I have grown too close to Logic, basically. But if they integrated that in some way, Beatmaker 3 got integrated into Logic, then woo!
Yeah, like gang. What I use the iPad for is like I have the iPad like right here, it's like right here in front of my computer, and I mostly use it as like notes. So if I'm working on a brief, I'm like, okay, let me look at the notes for the brief. They want it in this key, this tempo, whatever. It's mostly for tech stuff. I might be watching like a YouTube video or, waiting on a text from the family or whatever. So mostly just as a second screen or a third, fourth screen, however many screens we got now. Another screen, but not music production, not as much, unless app developers reached out. I am beta testing an app, which is actually kind of dope. I think it'll be out next month. So other than that, not really doing much on the iPad.
Nice. All right. Well, we're gonna call it. We're trying to just do like a little bit over an hour for these episodes. Defingers, man, it's been a while.
Yes,
been a while.
So
that's why I had to give you all the cheat codes. One more cheat code. If you need space, Samsung T7 or T5, but Samsung T7, probably one of the industry standard drives at this point, and the price just dropped on Amazon. I think you can get a 1 terabyte for what, $60, $70. And they just released, I need to clip this too because I need Samsung to send me a drive. They just released a 4 terabyte Shield drive for $260, $250. Actually, I think it came out at $400. They dropped it down to like $250. So it's on sale right now. If you need hard drive space, Samsung T5 or T7. The T7 Shield is the one that's 4 terabytes you can get for $260. And I'm actually saving up for that one to add. I have a 2 terabyte T7, and we'll probably end up with the 4 terabyte in a few months. It's only getting cheaper. It's only getting, they're only getting more space. So technology is insane.
As everything gets smaller, the stuff gets cheaper.
Yeah. This time next year, you'll be getting a 8 terabyte drive for like $10.
Right. So what do you put on your hard drives? You put your sessions on there?
So I need to. So I right now I'm in the place where I'm like running out of space on the laptop that has a lot of space on there. Okay. So I'll probably offload some plugins that I don't use as much. Usually around this time, about every 6 months, I do sort of a purging. Like, okay, I need to go through. I have about 200 Logic sessions that I need to just archive. So I usually put those in Google Drive or Dropbox, somewhere in the cloud on one of those platforms. And then I have another external hard drive that I put them on. It's like 12 terabytes. And then I usually keep like all the files from like the last month on the actual drive, but I need to go through and purge that. And then all of my sounds, I have a bunch of sounds, not all of them, but the ones I use the most, especially in the trailer space, I keep those on there, on the hard drive. So, recent Logic sessions, a bunch of sounds, and the big thing that's taking up space, I have a lot of Spitfire audio plugins. That's about 766 gigs. All the sounds are about 300 gigs. My contact instruments are 430 gigs. and then everything else is like under 50. But those are the top three: Spitfire Audio, Contact, and Sound, and just all by sounds. On this drive, I have a bunch that's not on this drive, but those are like my go-to stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, looks like I need some.
Get you that T7.
T7.
That T7. Yeah.
2 terabyte. That's what I'm gonna look at.
T7 and or T5.
Because it's funny. I paid my dope, but I went to do an update with Geek Squad with the Mini. So I had paid for the RAM, a couple of RAMs to upgrade it when they told me, hey, they can't do it. So I ended up just trading that in for another, I think, terabyte. 1 terabyte hard drive. So I just got that. But I was going to use it for my time machine, but I'm going to figure it out.
I would say these days, if you're not, because I do a lot of beta testing, so a lot of like plugins I get, they might come in at like 200-300 gigs, and I'm like, I think the stuff I got, the IK Multimedia, whatever the Total Max thing, and I think that's like several hundred gigs, and I'm just like, I got to figure out the space for it now, because I got to do some reviews of it.
Boggles me on how, because I have a multi-frac. How do they fit all those heavy sounds with less memory? Where now, where they're dumping memory for computers is like taking up so much sound. I don't get that part.
I don't know. Like I don't know anything on the programming side, but more power to them, because some of these, especially these strings and orchestral sounds, like you would think you're sitting in front of the orchestra. It's about as close. It's not the real thing, but pretty close. And it's like insane.
That's crazy.
Well, you can help the producers on 3BL buy new hard drive space by purchasing at least 1 to 10 hoodies. So help support the stream. There's a link right there.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. Just, we got a bunch of different colors, so get one for the whole family, and that will help support the stream. That will help, us figure out how to figure out our audio issues and potentially purchase new gear and stuff like that. So support the stream, y'all. Support the stream.
Support.
But all right, DeFingers, it was great talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Open door policy. You are welcome back. We do not have an official music making challenge because everyone is just crazy busy. Got a DeFingers suggestion maybe for what we should focus on? Anything comes to mind?
If this was last, there's a contest. You should enter the arcade contest. There's always a contest. Outputs arcade. I think this one's kind of last minute. You got to have something by the 30th, I think. But if you win, like, I don't know if you win $3,000 cash or $3,000 hardware or software. But there's a contest. If you look up their social media, Output Arcade, you can enter that contest. There was another one, Spitfire Audio had a contest, but that literally is, I think midnight is a deadline. So if you want to get something in 30 minutes, you can win $100 or €100 Spitfire Audio gift card. The deadline is midnight, so good luck. But arcade. So yeah, I used to do a lot of contests. So I still get those notifications and things pop up every once in a while. I don't enter as many contests now, but Sync is the contest. But Output, look up that one. Look up on their social media. You can find all the information on the arcade sort of competition.
I will. Let me see. Did you already post your beat or no?
I did. So I posted one. I have another one I need to post. It's called Made with. It's their first pinned post there, Made with Arcade. So you can check that out. Right. I posted one, but did I enter? So some contests now, depending on, I think it was an entry. Some contests I choose not to enter if like I've worked with the library or I have like a lot of their plugins. So I make an entry, but I submit it. I post it and say it's not an entry, but if you want to enter, go ahead and enter, and then I still send it to Sync stuff. So everything I make, every music track that I make now serves a purpose. So it might be I'm posting to social media, but also it's for an artist, or it's for Sync, or it's for a trailer.
Whoa, the fingers just.
And he took off.
Wow.
I wonder if he was off his phone or something. Might have died.
So if it's for a trailer, I'll finish the sentence. We lost you. I'm just texting him really quick. We lost you.
We lost you.
I hope you're up. Didn't. Oh wait, here he comes. There we go.
I was locked out. Yeah, that's the contest. I don't know what happened.
That was
But
weird.
I entered. I didn't. I entered this one, Spitfire Audio one. I posted about it. I posted an entry as if it was an entry, but it wasn't an entry. So I think I entered this one. There are contests. There are some companies that I work with that they don't say you can't enter the contest, but I think like if I'm getting plugins from them already, just why enter the contest?
Right.
I don't want to take from people, but I still create the track and still post it and share it. Because usually when I make something, it's either for sync or trailers or an artist or something like that. So it has multiple purposes.
And Grim, you use Arcade, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Is it? That's the main one, right? I mean, in terms of like.
I like Contact, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Contact.
Yeah.
Contact is it's been on my mind, and I messed up on the Spitfires. I got to re-download the Spitfire stuff, but those have been my main go-tos lately. Studio here and there, maybe for some bass or something like that. But I really been trying to dive into Contact.
Yeah. What I like about Arcade, I don't really use the loops, because with sync it's kind of hard, clearing samples and loops. They do have this sampler in there where you can, if you find a great sound you like, you can use it as an instrument and just like play your keys. So that's how I use the Arcade sounds in there. But yeah, Arcade, Contact. There's so much stuff out there. Like it's ridiculous.
I've been looking at what's that? Is it
Omnisphere?
Omnisphere?
I haven't used it, but man, Omnisphere 2 has like basically people like use either Omnisphere or something like Serum. There's like different sides of the coin. But Omnisphere, from what I hear, like everything you want is in there.
I've heard that. Like it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
One of my friends have it. He was like, you need to get it. So I've been looking out for that too. But it's not cheap though.
Yeah, none of this stuff like
it's a little pricey.
It's not cheap, but I still like. I'm not a fan. Even though I have Arcade, I'm not a fan of subscriptions. Like, like man,
like buy it out. Or
I'd rather buy it out. So if it's $500, let me save up to $500. Let me wait till Black Friday. There's a lot of great sales right now. So if you're looking to buy stuff, summer sales are kicking off. There'll probably be some 4th of July deals, like Independence Day deals coming up. So over the next week, if there's a library you're looking for, be on the lookout. There might be a sale right now, or there might be some deals. I need to release a cinematic percussion sort of cheat sheet. The top of that would probably be Damage 2 from Heaviosity, which I've talked about before. But people have been asking me like, what drum sounds are you using as far as like epic percussion and drums? Again, they're not cheap, but definitely worth the investment.
Do you use Pro Q3?
I have it on the iPad. I don't use it I don't have it on the desktop. So I have used it on the iPad. It's great. All of the FabFilter stuff, for the most part, is pretty good. I have most of their stuff on the iPad. I don't have it on the desktop though.
What's been interesting? Sorry to just go off on a tangent, but some of the stuff that I've been watching about, Pro Q3. Anybody who like mixes, a lot of people that mix like throw a lot of FabFilter stuff on there, right? But the things that have been intriguing for me is seeing how, I guess you could kind of like match frequencies and then use that as the template of what to duck on like another channel, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Like you're like freezing the frequencies of a guitar, right? That might be more like mid-heavy. And it will like analyze those frequencies, and then you can kind of like use it like a compressor on another channel to say like, watch out for these frequencies. It'll like do the inverse mixing or whatever. And it seems like that's like a very Pro Q3 centric thing, But I don't know if do you even mess with like that type of EQing, or do you do similar things with other plugins like
Mostly
that?
in the trailer stuff. I don't use any of the. I don't have Pro Q3 on the Mac. If I remember correctly, there is a way. I don't use it in Logic, but I think Logic has a EQ match thing in there, and I don't know if I saw it on like a sides shortcut blurb. But I think there is a Logic match EQ thing in there somewhere. Mostly what I'm doing
Really?
is uh, I go through, let's say I make a trailer track and it has 30 like sub tracks, like drums, strings, brass, choir, all that stuff. I'll go through when I'm done making the track, like I just finished before this live. I'm going to go back in and go to each track and just basically EQ each track, but it would be like I usually drop out the lows unless it's like bass or drums. I usually take out about 250, which is like a lot of the mud buildup. And then depending on what it is, like with strings, I like to use a preset in PSP and Finish Strip, which like really makes the strings like stick out more. There is a plugin called OTT that everyone talks about. There's one called WOTTT, which was on iPad, which is now available. What? It's now available on Mac. I think it was just released last week. So it's like OTT, but I think there's a little bit more features in there. So a lot of people use that to enhance their sounds. But yeah, so if I'm gonna add, like, let's say I want, I usually drop the bass out of everything, whether it's overkill or not, I don't know, but unless it's like a bass or drums. But other than that, I just go through each track, get a basic EQ, and then send it into the library.
Wow. Quick and easy.
But I'll love like FabFilter if you're watching, send it my way. I will gladly pop it on the channel strips if you send it to me. Pro Q3, you want some videos? Yeah, we'll knock it out.
I think that's like just that my internal battle is like some of my mixes are like, what is happening? And then I'm like, maybe that's the solution.
Gave up on
just
mixing.
Take the thing.
I gave up on mixing.
Give up on mixing.
Or just give up.
I spent like a year trying to, learn how to get into mixing. You know what I'm saying? Because I was working on songs and stuff at the time. Just learning how to, but it's too much.
Are you doing vocals?
I was doing both.
Yeah.
Vocals, and I was using Pro Tools. So it's like, with Pro Tools is detail. It's like if you don't know the shortcuts on the keyboard,
yeah,
you're in it for the long run.
You would, yeah. I've been using Cradle. Is it called Cradle? The God particle from Cradle Audio for mixing. You mix into it for mixing vocals and getting some good results from that plugin. When I'm doing vocals, instrumentals, I think instrumentals if it sounds good to you, it'll sound good to a bunch of people. But it's the tricky part is when you get the vocals in and you're trying to put them on top of the music or within the music. And, yeah, I've watched too many videos on people mixing vocals. There's a great new plugin. I don't have it yet. I think it's called Neuro Audio, N-U-R-O Audio. They have this plugin called Xbox. I haven't used it. From what I've seen, it looks great for mixing vocals. And then there's a lot of great people that sell like presets for Logic or Pro Tools that you just download and push a button and it'll you can adjust your own settings. But yeah, there's just so many options now. It's really up to us to choose.
Yeah, I'm staying out of that.
The world is our oyster.
The world is our oyster.
Staying out of that realm. Unless I have to really get into it, but I'll stay out of that realm.
I've gotten to a point where it's just I have like the quick and easy mixes, and it's been working.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think the days that I have I just do the layer cake thing where it's like I'm all right, now I add another layer, now I add another layer, now I add another layer. Those are the times where I look at the mix. I'm like, what?
What are you doing?
There's a lot of money here. There's a lot
and I like when I'm doing sync stuff, especially now that I have the group, I can just basically post there and be like, hey, I need a singer for this track. I would usually put they have to mix their own vocals on the music because sometimes deadlines are last minute, or I might not have time to mix it out, or I might get like 5 submissions and like, okay, I'm not going to be able to mix 5 different tracks. So that
Yeah.
also brings a higher production quality from the people that submit to it. So it's like, hey, I need to work with someone really. I need a deadline tonight, but you need to be able to mix, write a song, record it, and mix it on your own. And I might only get 3 submissions, but it's 3 people who know what they're doing, or at least would attempt to get it done.
Can I ask about that? This is I know you're kind of mentioning like the Synchrons. I guess you're referencing the Synchrons Facebook group. So is it pretty much like an understanding, like if you're working with somebody, say like, okay, I'm working on this project, I have 2 days, this is the type of music, here's the track, and I need someone to write and sing something. Is everybody kind of like at that point where they understand like, hey, I'm providing this service to you, I'm going to send you a finished audio track to incorporate in the track, and the agreement is if it gets placed, then we are splitting that fee and royalties associated with that? Like, because I think that that's kind of like my roadblock is like talking to artists that I know and stuff like that. That's such a foreign concept for them. Like they are looking for like, well, what am I going to get paid today for the work I'm doing to send you the written thing and the song
that's
thing.
That's the hard part, because not everything is, there's no upfront like fee.
Right.
So
exactly.
that's why it's hard chasing those briefs. What I like doing is making like 5-song albums and then pitching the album to the library, and then the library can now send it out to their whatever context. It's more like passive. You can make it on your own time, and then when it's ready, we can be like, all right, let's pitch it to these libraries. So what I have done, like let's say there is a brief I want to work on, I might create an instrumental for it, and then send it to like artists. I've done a couple of things where I've made, let's say there's a brief for like funk tracks, I might make like 3 tracks, and then I probably won't do this again. I would submit the 3 tracks, or like put the 3 tracks in a WeTransfer and say in the group like, hey, if anyone wants these 3 tracks or wants to write to these, here's a link, write to them. I did that a couple months ago, and I got like 15 submissions, but they were using the same tracks, and now I have to pick and choose, which ones to submit, or submit to the library, be like, you pick and choose, but you don't want to make things difficult for the library. What I'll probably do moving forward in those circumstances is be like, hey, whoever wants whatever track, let me know what track you want, and it's yours to write to. No one else is going to get that track. And if they don't write to it or whatever, then I just know not to rely on them in the future. But I do have an artist that I work with. She's a rapper, really fast. She all she does is sync. Usually I'm getting stuff back within a day or two. There's another rapper I'm working with. He can be fast, but sometimes I send him stuff and I get it like in 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I send him stuff and like I don't hear from him for like 2 weeks. So I got to pick and choose there when I'm trying to figure out who I want to work with on projects where I need deadlines like yesterday.
So that's I guess that's my next question is like, and everybody's cool with the fact that, okay, we make the track together, you pitch it, and it could potentially sit for a while before it potentially gets used, or if it doesn't get chosen, then they're okay with it just like leaving and kind of like existing out there on the hard drive until it like has to get used in the future.
No. What I do is we're pitching to this opportunity. Usually there's a deadline that's like immediate. So let's say we pitch to an opportunity. If we don't hear back from, I usually give them 2 weeks, even though the deadline's usually like right now. Usually give them 2 weeks. If we don't hear back in 2 weeks, it's like, okay, what do you want to do with this? You can pick a library. I can pick a library. Do you want to submit it to another opportunity? Do you want to work on an album, put it on one of your projects?
Nice.
So it's really right now I'm at the point where I don't want nothing to sit. I do have a lot sitting. That's why I need to take some time to go through the catalog. But and then slowly uploading stuff to Disco and tagging them, things like that. Where you can use AI. There's a lot of AI stuff coming to Disco in the future, where you can use AI to sort of match songs that might match like a brief or something, and it'll like analyze your song. It's crazy. But yeah, so if I work with an artist on a song for pitch, for brief, we don't get the brief because only one person's getting that usually. And it could be like 50, 60 submissions. We don't get the brief. Then it's like, okay, where you want to pitch it next? As long as you're pitching it to non-exclusive opportunities, it's like, where do you want to go next? And we might pitch it to another library if they don't want it. Like, okay, where do you want to go next? So it's almost there's like hundreds of libraries now. It's insane. You can keep like pitching.
What about and I don't know if you've dug into this because I've only heard about it. I haven't really gone that far, but as you upload to Disco, it seems like they have their own essentially like database of everybody who's submitting tracks or uploading tracks. Have you seen opportunities come through Disco itself? Because apparently there's like a component of Disco that your tracks are searchable if you want them to be searchable by other libraries, essentially.
I haven't seen that, and
Like
I'm
they
not
have their own.
there. But if you join the Secrets to Success group on Facebook, I have an interview with the North American executive for Disco on there. His name is Jay Ward, and who also happens to run a sync library. And in that interview, he tells you how you can submit music to his library. But with Disco, what I'm using it for right now is cataloging and sharing. So let's say I might have a track for library. I might have a playlist for library X that I want to submit to. I get my tracks and songs together that I want to submit to this library, create a playlist that says, Definga or trailer tracks for whatever the library name. Ghostwriter. Let's say trailer tracks for Ghostwriter. And then I put all the tracks in there that I want, usually 5-ish, and then send it to, the link to the library. And then with Disco, you can track to see, depending on the level of membership, you can at least see how many times it's been viewed. If you have like a higher tier level membership, I think you can see exactly who saw it, maybe what day and time. I don't know if it gets that granular, but
Right.
I can at least see.
If you upgrade it, it will.
I can at least see, even at the lowest level, that they've at least seen it, or how many times they
Right.
played it. So that's very helpful to me because it's like sometimes I was sending stuff in email and I don't know if they watched it or looked at it or not. I don't know if they sent it to the brief or not. And with Disco, you at least get some indication that it was played or listened to.
So I think this is what I'm talking about. Maybe this is something you could bring up too. With Disco libraries, it just got even easier. Music supervisors and anyone else you work with, editors, A&R, radio programmers, can browse your library and save your music straight to their Disco or download. Okay, well, that doesn't seem like any different, right? I'm sorry. Maybe I misinterpreted what someone was saying, but what I was understanding was that there is basically a way for your stuff to become discoverable, even the stuff that you didn't submit essentially to one specific person. Like they could kind of just browse all your shit.
I think so. I think they have, I think it's in that Discovery Suite package. So I think it's an add-on where you can have either select songs from your catalog, or maybe you can have your whole catalog. Maybe there's a fee and you can say, hey, I want this to be part of the this package that sync like music supervisors and things can look up. I haven't personally heard or seen anyone get placements that way, but maybe I'm sure there's probably a testimonial or something on the site there. And I'd love to dive in more on that. Like I said, right now I'm in the uploading tracks for library stage and then metadata and adding the AI artwork to the tracks. I really like adding the artwork to the tracks. And eventually I want to create, like you can create your own web page and have like a highlight of tracks there. But yeah, we talk more about that in the Disco chat. But it's a great platform. Again, one thing I will share about Disco, I heard this in an interview from a music supervisor. I don't know if it was at a conference or where. And they said they will listen to unsolicited music only if it comes from Disco, because they know that if someone sends them a Disco link, they already have
they've done that much
knowledge
work
about sync licensing. They already have knowledge about the business. Disco, the connotation that comes with using Disco is like, hey, someone knows at least something about sync licensing and music supervision and placements, and they might have a business together. So way better than Dropbox links or WeTransfer or SoundCloud. because that's what music supervisors use for the most part. And at least as of today, according to this one supervisor, they are more willing to listen to something from Disco unsolicited than from any other platform.
Cut out all that riffraff.
Wow.
Yep.
Get that riffraff out of there unless you
Straight
give me that
plug.
Disco link.
Cheat code.
Yeah, man, that's why I signed up. I'm like, you know what? I just need to actually do this. So
Yeah.
I just hear everyone talks about it. Everyone says it's becoming an industry standard. So
It is. What level are you at?
The $10 a month level.
Another cheat code. Save up $2 more a month. Hopefully by the end of the summer, they have another level that's going to be in between that level and the next level. That'll be $12. And
worth it.
It will be
extra features.
Extra features. I think $10. We're limited to 50 uploads or something.
Yeah.
$12 will be unlimited, which to me is already worth the price of admission. Without having, I don't know what the next level is, but I don't need all this stuff for the next level. But unlimited submissions is all I need.
And with that, I just want to bring it back to get a hoodie. 1, 2, or 3 hoodies. Allow Cheeky to get that extra level, that $2. That's what
$2. That's what you're looking for. I would tell you something. That QR code can be upgraded with AI. I just saw some AI QR codes where you can have artwork behind it. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, we can talk about
this. We're just working with the Restream tools that they're giving us, and again, this might be going away because we hit a roadblock with this audio sharing. So, and that's what our show is all about. If you didn't know, this is 3 Beats Later. We talk about music, but we also share music. Today we really didn't share anything, and we'll be back next Monday, 9:30 p.m., which is July 3rd. Actually, that might be tough for everybody. That's to be determined, but we'll let you know on our socials. Follow us online on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at 3 Beats Later. Hit us up. Subscribe to the show. And Defingas, what did you tell us to do for a challenge?
Enter one of those contests. Well, it's before audio,
right.
arcade contests, because I think it's before audio is done.
Arcade.
Output arcade. Right. I think you have until the 30th of June. But definitely check the deadline.
That's right. You know what? I think what we might do is look for another challenge that gives us a little more time, and then that way, if we don't have a show next Monday because it's right before the holiday, then we'll have like 2 weeks to do a challenge. And in the chat, we got P giving us the crying, laughing face.
Because Metapop is gone.
I know.
Forever.
You used to be able to just go check one out really quick.
Wow.
But all right, Defingas, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a great week,
yes.
Everybody. If we don't talk again on Monday, have a great holiday.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, and then Defingas, you're always welcome back to come through and chat. Hopefully, this gives you energy for the next 2 hours.
2 hours.
Tonight.
Like fireworks properly.
I gotta mix this track. I actually did a sample library review while creating the track, so I gotta edit the video and then mix this track, and then hopefully, I hope to get 5 hours of sleep. Fingers crossed.
Good luck.
Good luck, man. All right, man.
All right.
Everyone have a good one. All right. Peace.